Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Kaylin's Corner. I'm your host, Kaylin, and this is my corner of the internet, where I talk about anything and everything that comes to mind. Thank you for joining me, and I hope this finds you well. Before I get into today's yap sesh, I just wanted to apologize for the late upload. Due to unforeseen circumstances, I wasn't able to record anything for this week. For this week's episode, I should say. So, I'm still going to upload again this upcoming Friday. However, this episode is just going up late. So, my apologies for that. But I do hope that you enjoy me yapping anyway. Let's start the episode with the word of the week, per usual. I've had a couple of words kind of saved up because they looked interesting to me, so I didn't even read them, even though I probably should anyway. But I'm just gonna go with the email that I got today because it's something new, something fresh. And this word has two definitions. Today's word of the week is connate. Its origin is Latin, and the first definition reads, it says, well, this is in parentheses, especially of ideas or principles, existing in a person or thing from birth, innate. Okay. The second definition is, well, in parentheses, it reads, of parts in biology, united so as to form a single part, connate. Interesting. Examples of connate in a sentence. My cat has a connate sense for when the weather is about to change and will hide in the basement before a storm appears. Huh. What a smart little kitty cat. I don't think my cat has that kind of connate sense, but the second example of connate in a sentence reads, Stevie Wonder was so talented from an early age that many believed his musical skill was connate. Shout out to Stevie. About connate. Connate is based on the Latin terms connatus and cognatus, meaning born, related by blood. Interesting. Cognatus. Cognatus. Well, that's how I'm reading it. I don't know if that's actually how it's pronounced, but it kind of reminds me of like cognizant. I'm gonna. Oh, hello. Cog. It's spelled Cognatus. And I didn't Google it, actually. I looked it up. Fun fact, I started using a different browser because I was on TikTok one day and then someone was talking about how they use this other browser that plants trees for every search that you do on it. And I was like, that is so cool. I love that for me. So, well, I love that. So I was like, I'm gonna do it. I love it for me now. It's called I think it's pronounced Ecosia. Ecosia. It's spelled Ecosia. I have it both on my phone and on my laptop, so you don't have to just use it on your laptop if you're interested. But anyway, I googled cognitus and it's not giving me the pronunciation. I feel like I have to pronunciation. Give it to me. Oh, how to pronounce cognate. Oh, wait. Oh, it's just cognate with an with an S at the end. Silly me. No, because it no. I clicked on a recommended suggestion, search suggestion, and it changed the word. Cognitus. Oh, maybe I should like stop and take the time to actually look at the word. Sometimes I think that's just me being a silly little goose. Although this is, it's not showing me like AI chat. Get out of here. Get out of here. Stop trying to give me cookies. I don't want them. I don't want your cookies. Reject all cookies. Don't you know I'm trying to stay away from the sweets? Cognitus. Anyway, did you know connate means something similar to innate or inborn, but in plant biology, it has a separate definition. In plants and flowers, parts of the same type, such as petals, that fuse together to form a new part of the plant are described as connate. Their opposite, new plant organs created by fusing different parts of the plant, are described as adnate. An example of a connate structure in flowers is a cup or tube created by flower petals joining together. That's so cool. Little cup, a tube created by flower petals forming together. Now I kind of want to see if there's a picture on here. Petal, tube. Interesting. Oh, okay, I see. Very interesting. Excuse me. This browser kind of looks like Google, but the functionality, I don't feel like it's quite the same. Like, I don't know. It's very, very similar, but well, it's similar. It's like Google before the AI stuff. There's like a little subsection for AI chat, but I don't know if I really want to utilize it. Yeah. Hmm. A connate flower petal tube is a tubular structure formed when the base of flower petals fuse together. This process is called connotation, which is the developmental fusion of similar organs in plants. Yeah, very interesting. Thank you for sharing that with me. I love saying that because it's true. I love when people are able to teach me things. It's one of my little, I don't know, quirks, I guess you could say. I just I love sharing information. Clearly, I'm reading words to people who want to listen. But I also love to receive information. Like teach me something I didn't know before. Because why not? Why not spread that knowledge? I don't know why I said it like that. But I love it. It's also, it can kind of feel like a little bit of a bonding moment, at least to me, because I get a little more intrigued when someone is talking to me about something that I don't know. Sometimes, like, I kind of mentally check out when someone's talking to me about something that I already know about, but I don't want to say, like, oh, I already know this, because I feel like I feel like I'll come off as a dickhead. So I don't want to come off as a dickhead. I'm gonna be, very polite and listen to what you have to say. Because sometimes they do say what I already know, but they'll expand on it and give me some new information, which is always a fun time for me. I feel like such a nerd saying that, but what's wrong with that? What's wrong with liking knowledge? I don't see a problem with it, but that's also most likely my bias, so whatever. I feel like so much time has passed since I was last yapping on here, because honestly, my podcast episodes are basically like a little yap sesh for me, and I'm not mad about it. I like to yap. I'm a yapper at heart, but I feel like there's been a lot going on, but at the same time, I don't even know where to start because it's been over a week. But anyway, the first thing at the top of my list that I wanted to talk about actually was something that it was so lucky to experience. I'm so happy. Sorry. I went to see Wallows perform at the Strand in Providence. It was such a fun time. I went with my coworker. Shout out to Katie and shout out to our other coworker Juliana who was waiting in line. It was real nasty out there that day. It was raining for most of the morning. There were people that were camping at the door. Well, not like camping like overnight camping, but they went to the door real early because they wanted the barricade spots. And you know what? I'm not mad at them for it. Not one tiny bit. Because I, one of my, I guess, lifelong fulfillment, something that I would love to do, a little dream of mine, per se, is to be barricade at a concert. Who would I want that to be? Right now, in this point in time, oof, I don't even, I don't even know. Because the first thing that's coming to mind are the concerts that are coming up soon, like SZA and Kendrick Lamar, iconic. Tyler the Creator, iconic. He's such a good performer, but also to be front and center at like Tyler the Creator's concert, for example, I feel like it'd be a little better to be further out in the crowd so you can see the whole stage performance because I've seen videos of his performances and I feel like he utilizes a good amount of the stage when he can. So something good to look at from afar if you ask me. So I don't really know, but oh my god, thinking about the concerts that I've been to, I would have killed to be barricade at Steve Lacy's concert, and I would see if I could. Well, if I could see Steve Lacy perform live again, I will. But not only that, if I could see Steve Lacy live and be barricade, I listen, listen. Uh, just make sure you got the EMT nearby because I might pass out. That's kind of crazy, actually. But no, really, because it was such a fun time. I loved the vibe of that concert. It was amazing. Shout out to Steve Lacy. We love you. I love you. I heart Steve Lacy. I feel like I need that on a shirt. Cause like those I heart New York shirts. I need that, but instead of New York, it would be Steve Lacy. Why not? Just girly things. But anyway, back to the topic at hand. The Wallows concert that I went to. So much fun. I very, 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 very much enjoyed it. It was no, I was gonna say it was my first indoor concert, but that would be a lie. My first indoor concert was actually Joji, and I went and saw him back in October, but not 2024 or 2023. I definitely talked about it on my podcast. Definitely talked about it on here because I had didn't I? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I had a podcast at the time. I had started the podcast already at that point, so definitely talked about it on here. Definitely posted, well, a little compilation of him saying, as I went to see him in Boston. I, if I took a shot every time Joji said Boston, I would have had alcohol poisoning, without a doubt, without a doubt. But luckily, I didn't play that game, so I didn't get alcohol poisoning. But it was really nice. The venue is pretty small because, well, I mean, it's Providence. It's not really. We ain't got a big stadium like that, so. But I feel like I was a good distance away. I was able to see the crowd work a little bit, see them do all their moving and grooving on stage. And their opener, Deb Never, was phenomenal as well. I loved her. She has some really good music I definitely recommend. if you're into, well, if you listen to Wallows, I feel like you could definitely get on with Deb Never. But if you don't know who Wallows are, first of all, hi, welcome to the Wallows fan club, I guess. No, but they have really good music if you're into that. Into their, what are they? I need to look them up on Spotify so I can see what exactly they're categorized as. Because me and genres were acquaintances, but I don't really feel like I'm very good at naming song, like, sorry, categories when it comes to music. So I don't know. What do they? Excuse me. I felt the burp brewing, and it was the teeniest, tiniest burp ever. What the freak? I want to say indie so bad, but I don't even know. My elbow feels like it needs to crack. Does your elbow ever feel like it needs to crack? Because mine does. Alternative rock. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Indeed, definitely it was not. Mm-mm. I don't know. I'm just not well versed with the different genres, I feel like. I just listen to music. And if I like it, I'll listen to it again. And if I don't, I won't. I'll skip it if it happens to come on again. But that's 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 that on that, really. Well, in terms of the music genres and whatnot. I like a lot of music. Don't get me wrong. Um I don't pay attention to the categories, and I don't kind of. I feel like if I did start to pay attention a little bit, like, okay, this is what indie sounds like. Okay, this is what alternative music sounds like. Then it would be much easier for me to just listen and categorize. But since that's not something that I do actively, it's a little bit of a slippery slope, I guess you could say, for me. But Deb Never is kind of classified as indie. So if you're into indie music, you can. But so is Wallows on here. Yeah, so I don't know. This is on Spotify. When I looked them up on Ecosci, it gave like a little blurb that says they're a American alternative rock band based in Los Angeles, composed of Dylan Minnette, Braden Lemasters, and Cole Preston. The band began releasing songs independently in April 2017, starting with "Pleaser," which reached a number which reached number 2 on the Spotify Global Viral 50 chart. Period. "Pleaser" is a really good song too. Uh but oh my god, speaking of Wallows songs, the song that I was itching to hear them perform live was "Pictures of Girls," and my wish came true. I was so freaking happy, so freaking excited. Like I could have went home after the concert and after that not after the concert, after that song, and been elated and happy. Like oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I feel like that song "Pictures of Girls" was the first Wallow song that I kind of fell in love with. I guess I feel like that sounds a little dramatic, but um I distinctly remember this was oh my god. So I'm looking in my liked songs playlist, and it's saying I liked the song back in 2020. It was July 14th, 2020, that I liked the songs "Pictures of Girls" by Wallows. And the reason why I love that song so much is because of the little guitar solo bit. Oh, it tickled my brain in the best fucking way. Sorry, I got real passionate there for a moment, but it's just so good. It's so good. And they continue to release bangers, banger after banger, bop after bop. I will say though, I don't feel like I'm that well versed with their discography because I'm looking at their releases now and I'm like, who who are you people? What are you doing in my house? The spring EP goes hard though for sure. And Pictures of Girls is the last song on the EP. The EP came out back in 2018. Good lord. I was in high school then. Well, I was actually getting out of high school then, but that is neither here nor there. What what's the date? April 6th? Yeah. Yeah. Getting ready for finals and whatnot. Mm-mm. But the concert was amazing. I've recorded just about the whole thing. Because one thing about me, which honestly, like I was reflecting on it a little bit after the concert, I was like, I feel like I should have put my phone down for a little bit at least. But I wanted to capture the moment so bad so I could watch it back. But I haven't watched it back yet because I still have the memory in my brain. And I wasn't just excuse me. I wasn't just watching them perform solely through the screen on my phone from which I was recording, but also I would like kind of put my phone like lower my phone a little bit so I could still see them with my eyes and still have my phone recording. But then I'd look back at my phone screen and see that they weren't in frame or something or whatever. People got in the way of the lens and would kind of try to adjust as I needed. But I don't know. Like sometimes I feel like I should just let this memory, I should just let this experience live as a memory as opposed to having it on my phone. Because yes, I was there, but I will admit I did spend a good amount watching them perform through my phone. Not the entire time though. And I would get so pumped when they would start talking to us and I mean they didn't talk to us too much, but it's so fun. It's such a fun experience. I need to go to more concerts. It's the first concert that I went to this year, and there's many more to come. Who's gonna be next? Not entirely sure, but I'll I'll be sure to yap about it on here when the time comes. um, Either way, it was a phenomenal experience, and I'm so happy I was able to go. Yeah, yeah. That's that's that on that really. It was so fun. And they at the end they left the stage, but the lights hadn't come on yet, so they weren't really done. They definitely planned on going back on stage and they were just pretending that they were going to leave, but we knew they were going to come back. And actually that was the first time I've experience that because I've only been to in total 4 concerts in my life, which is a little bit crazy considering how much I like them, but also I didn't always have the funds to go and whatever, situations. Ugh, COVID. Nah, anyway, that was the first time that I've experienced like a little encore. That's the word I was looking for. Encore. Cuz mm, I when I went to see Lana, well, I actually didn't even stay the whole entire time because I got a little pulled away because traffic was gonna be bad. But it was like her last song, or so she said. Would it have been nice to stay? But there were also already people leaving, so it's okay. I still loved, I loved seeing her perform live. I want to see her perform live again, so bad. So many people to see, so many concerts to attend, so many people to meet, and I cannot wait for all of it. But back to the Wallows concert. It was such a good vibe in there. It was pretty packed too, and I enjoyed my the spot that I was able to watch them from. And hearing them perform live, they actually sound so good. They're so well, I mean, honestly, I didn't expect less, but I mean, I feel like the way that I said it, it did sound like I expected less. But no, really, they sounded so good. I have heard of people going to concerts and it just doesn't sound like the person performing doesn't sound like how they do in their recorded music. Some people aren't really performers. And honestly, I don't they weren't really performing, they were singing. They were singing their heart out and so many people in the crowd knew the lyrics. It was such a good experience. Overall, so good. Although I will say, I do feel like I personally felt a little different after that concert as opposed to the other concerts I've been to because I like listening to Wallows music. They have really good music. But when it comes to the artists themselves, I don't have well, I want to say I don't have any kind of like connection to them, which okay, in the literal sense makes sense because well, you don't know these people, they're just performing music. But I didn't go through like a little like obsessive stage where I where I would like I guess watch concert clips and see them in interviews and that kind of stuff because with the other artists that I've seen perform live like Lana and Steve Lacy and Joji, I kind of delved out of their music and I guess kind of got to know them as a person or got to know their persona that they mm, what's the word I'm looking for? The persona that they show to the people of the world through like their interviews and just clips of people meeting them and things like that. And also Joji, he was doing YouTube videos before he became like the artist that he is. If you know, you know, Filthy Frank lives inside of him forever. At least I think. I don't know. I feel like Filthy Frank lives in Joji forever. It might be a character of the past, but he's there. He is there. But I feel like because I kind of went out of my way and I want to say become obsessed with them, but I feel like that is too strong of a phrase. But because I saw them from different perspectives, I guess, and wasn't just listening to their music, like I had like a bit of a euphoric feeling after. Mm, if that makes sense. Like it was, I don't know. It felt a little extra surreal. Like yes, I know that you're a musician, but I also know that I like you a little bit more as a person. I don't know. But with Wallows, I haven't watched them in any kind of performances or I mean, not performances, interviews or things like that. So I honestly didn't even know their names when they were going on stage. I just know them as Wallows, which, excuse me, is kind of crazy to say. So I wouldn't consider myself like a mega fan or anything. Or maybe, but you don't have to be a mega fan to know the names of the people you listen to. I don't know. But maybe it's my perse- blah, perspective and the way that I engage with music. Because there are some artists that I kind of delved into a little bit and would watch a lot of interviews of and things like that and love their music. And there are other artists that I just listen to their music, but I have never gone out of my way to watch them in interviews. And other things that they create. Like Tyler the Creator, he's a hilarious human being. He had the damn, I can't even think of the name of the show. And I used to see clips of it all the time. I didn't know. Mm, I didn't know of it until I started seeing the clips on it, like on Twitter and TikTok and Instagram. Of course, I look up show and the show on Adult Swim. Loiter Squad. I wanted to say Loaded Diaper, but that's from Diary of a Wimpy Kid. But I knew I was close. I just didn't. I didn't want to say it and make a fool of myself because I knew it wasn't right. He's so funny, and yeah, I I used to watch little like interviews and compilations of his funniest moments and things like that on YouTube fairly frequently. Fairly frequently. Another artist that I used to watch a lot of interviews and things on used to watch them in a lot of interviews on YouTube and whatnot was Post Malone. I definitely went through a bit of a Post Malone phase. However, now he has his country album, and I'm not as interested. I haven't listened to it, so I'm not gonna judge it because I haven't listened to it. Who am I to judge anyway? However, if I could have seen him perform like 3, maybe 4 years ago, definitely would have. Definitely would have. I I like Post Malone. I like listening to his music. I like it a lot. At least his older stuff. Like I said, I haven't listened to his newest album, so I have no comments on that. But Post Malone's old stuff, yeah, for sure. He has 69 million monthly listeners on Spotify. Good for him. Good for him. And he's number 19 in the world. Good for him. I love that for him. Him and his cowboy hat. Ah, it's the American flag for me. I don't know. But you know what? Let me keep my mouth shut because Lana Del Rey went through her I don't want to say went through her little American flag stage because that's a little I feel like that fighting words. I feel like I'm using fighting words, but when she was first coming up in her Born to Die era, that American flag was very prominent. But it was a different time. It's a different time. So, mm, and this is America, I guess. So, but I don't know. I think I'm just getting a little too political in my brain right now because there's a lot going on, a lot of nasty stuff going on, things that I don't agree with, things that are just awful. Whew, I don't even want to get into it right now because I don't want to put myself in a bad headspace. But at the same time, it's like the reality, the sad, unfortunate reality that is America right now. But you know what else is a sad reality in America right now? Seedless fruits. And I'm not talking about just like seedless grapes or bananas because the bananas that we eat, the bananas that you get at the grocery store, that's not what them natural bananas look like. I feel like I feel like I sound like a conspiracy theorist right now, but I digress. Anyway, mm, the seeds in bananas are non-existent. At least the ones that we eat in the grocery stores. But like them wild bananas got them hunko mumbo jumbo humongo seeds. Uh, which is You're not gonna find them things in the grocery store. But I like me some fruit, as people do, and I've noticed that the cores for the apples that I've been eating, I feel like they get smaller and smaller. And not only are the cores getting smaller, but the cores don't even have seeds in them. And that's, I don't know, it's a little bit concerning to me because, at least to me, in my brain, the fruit should have seeds. Can they be can they be genetically modified to have not grow seeds? Yeah, sure. We did it with grapes, and we did it with the bananas. So why not do it to other fruit, right? But were the apple seeds really getting in your way? If the core is gonna be there, why not just keep the seeds? Like, hello, that doesn't make sense to me personally. But clearly, there's somebody out there that feels like we had to get rid of the seeds in the apples. Also, oranges, those things don't have seeds in them anymore. I remember as a kid when my mom would peel an orange for me and give it to me, she'd tell me to be careful with the seeds. Because me, I've said this before on here, I eat the oranges whole. Like, after you peel the skin off, the pith is going in right in my belly along with the fruit, the pulp, and everything. Just had to be careful for the seeds, or be careful with the seeds. Now, you peel an orange, you can eat the whole thing and don't have to worry about the seeds because there aren't any. And while yes, this is easier for us as human beings, sure. Okay, fine. But it don't sit right with me. And I know that me as a person, I don't handle change all that well, but I feel like you should just leave the seeds in the fruits. Even the grapes. Even the grapes. Growing up, I don't know. There was one time that I ate grapes that had seeds in them and my lips got itchy, so I figured I was allergic, and so I just kind of stayed away from grapes in general, or grapes with seeds in them. I would my mom would always make sure that she would get seedless grapes, but I don't know if it's true actually, because I feel like now the grapes, none of them have seeds in them. Can't remember the last time I ate a grape and it actually had a seed in it. Genuinely. Maybe it's just where we go and get our fruit, or maybe that's just how they are producing the fruits now. Just no seeds. But I okay, grapes, apples, oranges, those are like your regular schmegular fruits that I guess could be inconvenient to have seeds in them. Sure. But my mom bought a papaya not too long ago and there weren't any seeds. It was naked on the inside. I honestly was at a loss for words because, while, yeah, sure, many people don't do anything with the papaya seeds, they just throw them away. It just felt so wrong to see the inside of the papaya without any seeds. It was naked on the inside. Could you just cut it up and eat it, or do whatever you're gonna? Well, I would assume you're gonna eat it, but cut it up, eat it, do whatever you're gonna do with the papaya. Sure, yeah. Don't have to worry about all the seeds getting in the way. But it just felt so off-putting. Like, where are we going right now? What's going on? Cut the cameras. Dead ass. Because what? Why doesn't this papaya have seeds in it? It genuinely so concerning to me. So concerning to me. But fun fact, did you know that eating papaya seeds is good for a parasite? Is a good parasite cleanse. I'm gonna look it up because I just Well, actually, let's look up papaya seed benefits instead of like papaya seed benefit parasite. Well, yeah, papaya seed benefits. Papaya seeds have traditionally been used as a natural remedy to combat intestinal parasites. This is from WebMD, by the way. This is like the first thing that comes up when I look it up on EcoSci. Don't just give me. I clicked on the link and now they want me to read the whole thing. I, as much as I am well, I'm okay. Here we go. Papaya benefits. Papayas contain high levels of antioxidants such as vitamin A, vitamin C, and vitamin E. Diets high in antioxidants may reduce the risk of heart disease. The antioxidants prevent the oxidation of cholesterol. When cholesterol oxidizes, it's more likely to create blockages that lead to heart disease. Additionally, papaya's high fiber content may reduce the risk of heart disease. High fiber diets lower cholesterol levels. I feel like I just read that. Whatever. But it was a total same thing, different phrasing. That's what it felt like to me, anyway. Other papaya benefits include folic acid, which is needed to convert the amino acid homocystine into less harmful amino acids. Amino acids are molecules that help make up proteins. High levels of homocystine. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Do, 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 do. Oh, I just want the pronunciation. Give me the pronunciation. Oh, you give me the definition, but you don't give me the pronunciation. That's one thing I will say I like about Google is when you Google a word and put definition next to it, it gives you like um the little voice thing to tell you how it's pronounced. Hmm. Get homostacine. Homostacine? Just give me the fucking pronunciation. Actually, homostacine. Give me the fucking pronunciation. I'm getting a little frustrating, frustrated now because even Google isn't giving me the pronunciation. I just want to make sure I'm saying it right. How mouse cystine? Huh? No way. Homo. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Pause. Pause. This word is spelled Homocysteine. Okay? I Google the word and pronunciation next to it. And so now it has like what's the not syllable. It's it has the pronunciation broken down into like the sound bites. And to me, if I were to read it, I would I would read it as how Cysteine because the first bit is HOW, which to me is how. The second bit is MOW. Oh, well I guess that would be mow, like actually like mowing the lawn, not mow. I'm just reading it because it sounds the same. Whatever. Okay, so it would be how mow sigh. I well, see how, because the next bit is SI. See? And the last bit is Steen. Steen. Feel like I'm saying the letter E three times. But it's teen with the S in the front. So I would pronounce it homocysteine. Maybe I just don't know how to read. But then when I clicked on the little sound bit for it to pronounce it to me, oh my god. Words? English? Where are you? It says homocysteine. Homocysteine. Which I wasn't pronouncing it correctly to begin with. And I had a feeling because I needed to get to the bottom of it and figure out how it's pronounced. Homo homocysteine. Homocysteine. I don't like the way that they broke down the pronunciation for that. And I also don't like how long it took for me to get to the actual pronunciation of that. But anyway, back to the benefits of papaya seeds or papaya in general. High levels of homocysteine, an amino acid mostly found in meat products, are a risk factor for heart disease. Eating papaya may lower homocysteine levels, reducing this risk factor. Okay. Oh, here. I had to scroll down a little bit. I was looking for the seed benefits, not for the fruit themselves, but those were the benefits for eating the flesh of the fruit itself. Papaya seeds have traditionally been used as a natural remedy to combat intestinal parasites. Some studies suggest that compounds in papaya seeds may have antiparasitic effects, helping eliminate harmful organisms from the digestive tract. Some research also suggests that papaya seeds may have a protective effect on the liver. Certain compounds in the seeds, such as flavonoids and phenolic acids, might support liver health and function. Papaya seeds contain bioactive compounds that may have anti inflammatory properties. These compounds may help reduce inflammation in the body and provide relief from inflammatory conditions. Very interesting. So, while not everyone will eat the seeds of a papaya, they do have their benefits, and I'm sure that there are people out there would who do consume papaya seeds on a regular basis. I remember maybe this was just no, it couldn't have just been my TikTok for you page, but maybe you weren't on that side of TikTok, but there was a time where people were kind of going a little, I don't want to say crazy, but they were a little scared that they had parasites in their guts because there was somebody was saying, this is like sounds like a lot of hearsay, but whatever. Someone was saying that you're not craving sugar; it's the parasites inside you that are craving sugar. Insert that meme of, damn, I forgot that woman's name. Maybe it's for the better because she's not the best, but whatever. Uh, I don't want to eat candy, but the parasites want me to eat candy. I don't want to eat candy. Now I gotta. I don't want to eat candy. I don't want to eat candy, but the parasites want me to eat candy. But the parasites have me to want. Parasites. I don't want to eat candy, but the parasites in me want the candy. I don't want to drink liquor, but the parasites, the demons in me want the liquor. Yeah, I forgot that woman's name. It's okay. It's gonna bother me a little bit, but she's a comedian. I can't. I can't remember. I can't remember. What is her name? Now I feel like I need to get to the bottom of it. But how do I even look that up? I don't want to eat candy. But the parasites in me. But the parasites. But the parasites in me want the candy. Who said it? Who said it? I can picture her face, but I can't think of her name. Please. What is her name? I need the original video. Show me the original video. Now I can't. Tiffany Haddish. There it is. There it is. The itch in my brain scratched. Yeah, yeah. I don't remember what she was doing that. I don't want to eat the candy. Oh, audio from she was doing an interview for a movie. I don't want to eat candy, but the parasites in me want the candy. I don't want to drink liquor. I don't like liquor, but the parasites, the demons in me. And honestly, felt that. I don't want the candy, but the parasites in me want the candy. The sugar goes crazy sometimes. Listen, I've been fighting that sweet treat demon. Maybe I should eat some papaya seeds. Will I? Hmm. Maybe I should eat some papaya seeds and hope that the sugar craving parasites escape along with the seeds. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like the farmers or whoever is behind the removal of seeds in fruits need to keep their nose out of it because I feel like we're okay with the seeds in the fruit, especially the papaya seeds. It felt so wrong seeing that naked papaya. It like where your clothes at? Where your clothes at, bruh? Come on. You're telling me you grew up like that? No seeds? Come on, baby. Wait. Stop playing with me. Who gutted the papaya and put it back together? Like that just it feels so weird, so wrong. Why is it naked? Why is it naked? I don't know. That's just me. You can think otherwise. That's cool. That's okay. That's fine. That's awesome. But me personally, not a fan, not a fan, not a fan. But you know what I am a fan of? Hello? Sorry, I clicked on something and something popped up. Get out of here. I accidentally clicked on something and something else popped up. I don't know. But I hit my 1,000 day streak on Duolingo the other day. And I'm so proud of myself. I was gonna get myself like a little cake to celebrate, but I didn't. I didn't. And honestly, the day was kind of uh not unraveling in the way that I would have liked. So, would the cake have made me feel a little bit better? Sure, but also, like I said, I've been trying to stay away from the sweet treats, even though I have some sweet treats every now and then. But it was a celebratory moment. I should have just gotten it anyway. Because 1,000 days on Duolingo doesn't come around often. But no, I'm very proud of myself for being able to stick with it. Because 1,000 days is quite a long time. It's over 2 years. Actually, I got an email from Duolingo, congratulating me, I guess you can say, on 6 years. Happy sixth duoversary. And yeah, I've been on Duolingo for, well, I started using Duolingo 6 years ago, but I was on a streak for a good while, and then genuinely don't remember what happened. Could have been a depressive episode, or I just didn't care anymore. I lost interest, and so I stopped. And then sometime, what was it, like almost 3 years ago now, I decided to go back on Duolingo, and I've been using it ever since. Although I have had my days where I had to use streak freezes and things, I'm not perfect. I'm only human, baby. I haven't used Duolingo for like 1,000 days straight, but I've been able to maintain the streak for 1,000 days. So, shout out to Duolingo for having streak freezes because they do come in handy every now and again when I need them. But I've been an avid Duolingo user for a while. And I'm happy to say, I'm happy to report, I'm happy to accomplish such a thing. Sometimes you just gotta celebrate the little things. Maybe I will just get myself a cake. Write a little 1,000 days on it and frosting. Thank you. Yeah, baby, I made it to 1,000 days. Not everybody does. Not everybody even bothers to learn another language. And that's okay. It's not for everyone. Languages are, or languages can be pretty difficult to pick up. Although I have thought about learning Japanese, although that is quite the commitment because then you gotta learn the different characters. You gotta start from scratch. Start from scratch. When I first downloaded Duolingo, one of the languages that I low key, well, high key really wanted to learn was Korean, but I got I couldn't do it. I don't know. I gave up. I said I quit, unfortunately. So I didn't keep up with Korean because the the characters look so similar, and it was a bit of a toughie for me. I was like, yeah, we're going to stick with this alphabet. And so I decided to start learning French instead. And I've improved. Things have stuck in my brain, I feel like. Vous parlez un peu de français, but uh, not confident enough to hold a conversation with people. So, yeah. But we're making progress, slow and steady. Slow and steady, Bible. I don't just practice French though. I did also start to practice Spanish again because I want to get better at it. A little bit of self improvement, be a little bit grammatically correct. Because sometimes I mean, I'll yap a little bit, chit chat, not really, but gotta practice. No, can't get better if you don't practice, right? And so that's what I'm doing. Even if I'm wrong, it's okay because then I get to learn from my mistakes. If you don't make mistakes, how are you going to learn? You can't be correct all the time. Saying things that I need to hear because sometimes I just need to hear it aloud. Like, yes, I know it factually. The thought is in my brain, it's in my mind. But sometimes you just need to hear it aloud. Or sometimes you even need to just say it aloud. If you're ever stuck on a decision, ask yourself aloud, because sometimes just you mouthing the words and hearing yourself ask the questions aloud, it doesn't have to be to anyone, it could just be to yourself. Sometimes it'll help. And if saying it aloud still doesn't help, then maybe ask someone what you should do or something. I don't know. Something I don't know. Me giving advice but not wanting to fuck up your life with the decision. You do yours. You do what you think is right, based on your discretion. Something that I like to do when I'm unsure of what I want to do is I'll ask people yes or no, and based on their answer is my response. So I won't tell them what the question is, though. I'll come up with a question, and then I'll ask someone yes or no, and then I'll act accordingly. Sometimes, most of the time, people get nosy and they want to know like what they were answering to. And so if you do want to do something like that, either ask someone who doesn't give a fuck, or I guess either, well, actually there's a couple of different things you can do. You can ask someone who doesn't give a fuck, ask someone who uh wait, huh? No, ask someone who doesn't give a fuck, lie about what you're asking about, or don't be afraid to be truthful in what you needed help making a decision on. Those are my wise words for today. I'm already at an hour and I'm not going to yap the ears off for much longer. There are some things that I still want to talk about, but I'm going to save that for the next episode. Thank you for coming to today's yap session. Thank you so much for listening to this week's Kaylin. What? This week's Kaylin? I'm Kaylin. Every day, every week, all the time, not just this week. Thank you so much for listening to this week's episode of Kaylin's Corner. I hope you enjoyed. You can keep up with me on all my socials, they'll be linked in the description. Until next time, bye!